Alright, what's the deal, YouTube? Today I'm going to be doing a little something different. We're going to be talking about gaming for a change. I haven't done too many gaming videos, but I'm a gamer. Not a big gamer like I thought I was, but I am a gamer. Today's video, we're going to be talking about Nintendo Switch. Why is this trash?
Yeah, I confess, Father, I confess.
To me, anyway. And Nintendo's been trash for a while. Like, let's be honest here. Unless if you're into those games, that's great. When I say those games, I don't even want to say kiddie games because they're not necessarily kiddie games. They're just safe, friendly, fun games. Anyway, to me, this all goes back to the Nintendo 64. I'm a huge now. While I do say the Switch is trash, whatever Nintendo makes next, I'll probably buy it. I buy everything that they make. So I have, or I had it in 64. I don't know where it's at. I am going to get another one, but I do have a Nintendo. I have two Super Nintendos. I have a Gamecube. I have a Wii U. I don't have a Wii because it's just, the Wii U is the same. It's pointless. I have a mini Nintendo. I have two mini Nintendos, a mini Super Nintendo. Like, I have all this stuff. I have a Game Boy Advance. I have a Game Boy Color. I had a 3DS. One of my girls got it. I don't know. That's to say, I buy their stuff. I support their stuff. So I'm not just saying, oh, it's trash and I never played it, because that seems to be the thing on the internet. But I play it. I try to play it. And honestly, I don't even think that it's trash. I just think I'm growing out of it, which is a shame. But anyway. So this goes back to when I was growing up. Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Never was a Sega Genesis person. People would tell me, oh, Sega's better, blah, blah, blah. Nah, Super Nintendo's better. Now that I'm older, I realize Super Nintendo, like, literally was better. Like, I remember we would compare Mortal Kombat. And I'd be like, and this is like, what was I in? I might have been in, like, 7th grade. And I'd be like, this doesn't look right. Like, the color is off. Back then, I didn't even know what a color palette was. So I was like, this doesn't, like, something's off. They don't make the sounds, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Super Nintendo is better. But upon, like, further analysis, Sega sometimes had faster frame rates. But overall, Mortal Kombat 2 is way better on Super Nintendo. I don't care what anyone says. Mortal Kombat 1 is better on Super Nintendo. I didn't need the blood. It just looks better. I don't know. So anyway, big Super Nintendo fan. Never did the Sega thing. And then, so you got Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and then the big leap, Nintendo 64. So everyone was getting PlayStations. And was Sega doing anything? No, Sega didn't have anything. They had like the 32X or some shit. Yeah. So everyone was going with PlayStation. I'm like, nah, wait for Nintendo. PlayStation 32-bit. This is 64-bit. We gonna kill them. So I remember I played Mario 64 in a Blockbuster, and it was mind-blowing. I'll never forget, I was in the castle, and I went up the stairs, and I hopped over the banister and got a coin, and, like, that just blew my mind. I was like, wait, you can go, like, anywhere. Like, you can go anywhere on this game. Like, that's crazy. So I was sold. Nintendo 64. My cousin got it before me. I had to wait till Christmas. I got Nintendo 64. I got Mace, Mario Kart 64. Mace I thought was awesome. I wish they would redo that game. But anyway, one of my friends down the street had a PlayStation, and he had, like, Resident Evil 1. And, like, I went over there, and I'm just watching him play, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. It's like a movie. Like, there's a lot of talking in it. And, like, I would go back to my Nintendo 64, and I'm like, even though this is technically, in my mind, twice as strong, I was like, there's no real, like, talking. I don't know. I was like, whatever. So then, like, I remember he had Game Day. He had Madden. On Nintendo 64, I think they didn't do Madden for the first year. So, like, and I remember Mortal Kombat Trilogy. They had, like, extra characters. It started, like, I was like, yo, like, what's going on? It's supposed to be much stronger. And then, like, the controller was weird. But to be fair, that controller was perfect for the game. They made perfect games for the controller, which is what Nintendo does. But, so, anyway, Nintendo 64 is the best. I'm not a PlayStation guy. And then Nintendo kind of didn't make anything for a while, like when the PS2 came out. So being that I'm not a PlayStation guy, I went right with the Saturn. I liked Sega games at that time. I don't know. I don't know what it is about Sony. I just always go the other way, even though I ended up with them. But so anyway, I get to Sega. Saturn, and I believe they had the Marvel. Was it Marvel? No, Street Fighter vs. X-Men. You had to get the little 4 megabyte RAM, And to me, that just made it better than PlayStation. But every time I went to my friend's house, they had PlayStation. PlayStation had mad games. Like, I remember they had the Time Crisis with the gun. They had all the Tekken. Like, they had so many games. I'm like, yo, this is getting out of hand. So then Nintendo comes out with the GameCube. And I'm like, all right, I got my GameCube. I got the black one, not the purple one. My cousin used to live down the street. I'm walking down the street, my GameCube. I had it by the handle. I'm like, yo, this is dope. It's by the handle. And it's like, I remember we got the first game I got was like baseball. That doesn't even count. What was the like breakthrough game for GameCube? It wasn't Smash Brothers. I don't even remember what I had for GameCube. You know why? GameCube didn't last long for me because the Xbox kind of came out. So it was like, I remember one of my boys had mad GameCube games. He had the Zelda, he had, I think he had the Mario, he had mad GameCube games. But like, once the Xbox came out, it was done. And then that's when I started thinking back. I'm like, yo, why did Nintendo do that? And then if you think about it, and even to this day, if you think about it, Nintendo was just so scared of piracy and being copied. That's literally the reason. Now, this is all speculation, but I know I'm right. That's the reason why the Nintendo 64 was a cartridge, not a CD. It made 100% sense to make it a CD, but they was like, we're going to do cartridge. We don't want people copying our games. I know that's the reason why. I don't care what they say. I know that's the reason why. And then you look at the GameCube, and the GameCube had those tiny ass discs. Why did it have tiny ass discs? Because they know those discs are like harder to copy, and even though they hold less memory, which is kind of where I'm going with this, is like they don't really care that it hurts their development in the long run. They knew cartridges were like not it. I remember I got Resident Evil 2. Finally, Resident Evil 2 came out for Nintendo 64. By then, they had Resident Evil 3 on PS1 or I don't know. But it was like we're getting like these hand-me-downs. Once they like broke through with the technology, they were able to. I remember Conker's Bad Fur Day was another one. They were able to get like some dialogue. But yeah. Basically, they don't care about the restraints of the format as long as it can't be copied. And if you think about it, you look at the Nintendo 64, you look at the GameCube. The Wii, I believe, used regular sized disc, but the Wii did like a reverse thing. So it's like, okay, you can copy our disc, but like our controls are going to be weird. So like the selling point was like the controls, I guess. So then you got the Wii U. And it's like now the selling point is the little pad thing or whatever. And then you get down to the Switch. And while I don't think they should have used a CD in the Switch, I think they should have just used a different type of memory card. Because as far as I know, the most you can fit on them is 32 megabytes. No, my bad, 32 gigs. Pure speculation here. But this format is going to hold back the Switch. And not only will the format, the processor. If you think about the power, like the Nintendo 64 was like the last time they went for it. Like, you're going to do an all-out powerful system. And to many people, this might be like knowledge, but when I have this conversation with my friends, like, they don't know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, bro, you don't notice the GameCube? It wasn't weak, but it wasn't like strong. Like, it came out. Did it come out after that? I don't know. It wasn't. I know it wasn't strong or whatever. Which is fine. It's about gameplay, right? Whatever. So then the Wii came out. And the Wii, to me, was like, bro, this is probably a GameCube that can just play bigger discs. Like, if I can stretch a GameCube... Well, actually, I think the Wii played GameCube games. It definitely did. So I'm like, bro, this is literally the same thing. Wii U comes out. Wii U was a little bit stronger. Wii U was, like, equivalent to an Xbox 360. But the only problem was the 360 had been out by, like, 4 years by now. No. Yeah. I don't know. Wii was trash too. Like, none of their systems. So to me, they've just been going like the cheap route. So then you come to the Switch, and the Switch is like the culmination of all of what they wanted. It's back to cartridge. It's not that powerful, but they have a great excuse. It can't be that powerful. It's a handheld, right? Like, why will we make it? It can't be an Xbox One if it's a handheld. So in your mind, you can't really blame them. Blah 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 blah. But to me, it's just bullshit. This should have been the new 3DS. Nintendo should have been making some crazy-ass powerful system. But instead, they'll focus on these. And I got my games. I got 1-2 Switch, which is great for first dates, for all you guys out there. Smash. Tell me this game can't run on a damn Wii U. I know this game runs on a Wii U. Yeah, maybe not as good, but same shit. Mario Odyssey. This can run on a Wii U. All these games can run on a Wii U. Literally runs on a Wii U. And I bought this for Wii U, and then I was like, nah, I'm gonna get it for Switch. Maybe I'll play it at work. Blah blah blah. Main difference is I think this is 900p. It's 720 on the Wii U. But why does it matter if I'm playing it portable? It runs in 720 mode anyway. So I never hooked my Switch to the TV. Maybe once or twice. Mario Deluxe can definitely run on the Wii U. So basically, what I'm saying is all these games are essentially remastered, or they're running off that same weak ass engine, which Nintendo's making crazy profit from. Like they're just rehashing the same shit over and over, and people are buying it. I'm one of them because I got fucking Mario Kart 8 for Wii U, and I fucking got it for this. This came with it, so I didn't really buy that. Actually, it's crazy. This is my ex. She loved this game. What's crazy is I worked at Sears and I found the Wii U because I remember there was a weird time when they took the Wii U's out of all the stores. I was like, yeah, this isn't going to end well. And I found it in Sears, and my manager didn't even know what it was. I literally should have just took it home, but I'm too honest. So honest, I was like, yeah, I'll give you $35 for it. Was it $35? Well, I paid $70. I was like, I'll give you $70 for it. So it's in real good condition. It was just a display. I never powered it on, so I didn't know if it was like in a weird display mode, but or retail mode rather, but it wasn't. So then I went to Best Buy. Best Buy sold me a Fallout 4 collector's edition with the I can't think of the name right now, but the hand thingy, and it was missing the game. Somebody returned it, took the game, but returned the hand thingy. So and I already bought Fallout 4, but I also bought the limited edition. So they were like, "Oh, just get another one." I was like, you guys don't sell it. Oh, so just take Fallout 4. I was like, I don't need it. I already have Fallout 4. Sounded sketchy. Sounded like I just took the game out and blah, blah, but I'm always in there. They was like, whatever, just take a free game for the same value. So I took Mario Kart 8, thinking I would play it, but I never really played. Mario Kart 8 is not a bad game, though. But, yeah, it just brings me to where the Switch is now. So I have Smash Brothers, and I'm like, I know a few people that have it. I'm like, yeah, we should play online. But then it's like the online is like, what the fuck? So don't even, right now it's dead. To be honest, it has a really good battery life. I just haven't charged it in maybe 3 weeks. But it is getting Xbox Live, and I will reconsider using it. If I can use my gamer tag on here and I can link up with other people, makes it a way, just that little online, because their online is trash. Like, let's be honest. I don't even know how their online works. I think it's free up until a certain point. I don't know. It's trash. Xbox Live will help it. I don't think it'll save it, but if they do that going forward, that'll be dope. Because then Xbox doesn't have those caliber Nintendo games, but like Cuphead and some of those games in the Xbox store, usually the free ones they give you. If they start making it where you can play like those free indie games on here, and with the achievement tracking, that'll be great. Because that's another thing I don't like about the Nintendo game. It's like when I play Mario, it's like I like achievement. I feel like it's to the point where I don't even like playing games if it's not nothing. Like the achievements just mean a lot. It just adds a lot of replay value. Anyway, I pretty much wrapped up this video. That's why I think the Switch is trash. I was trying to sell it for a long time, but I don't know. And main reason why I got this is because I thought it would be hacked like right away, because I know Nintendo, but apparently they were really good at securing their shit. I thought this would be hacked. I run Nintendo 64 games on it. I'll run PS1 games on it. All that shit. I've seen hack videos, but it's not simple to the point where it's worth it. But I'll definitely do it because I don't plan to buy any Nintendo games going forward. I'm not buying Pokemon. I got Smash. So as long as I can play my current games, then I'm totally fine with hacking this. I have no use for whatever else they're coming out with. So yeah, that's the main reason why I was thinking about selling it, and then I was thinking about keeping it. I thought it would be hacked, and I don't know. I haven't checked in like a month, but yeah, if someone hacks this and I can run like Mario 64 and all those Nintendo 64 games, PlayStation games on it, then this will be great. But otherwise, pure trash to me. That's gonna wrap up this video. I'll be doing my next video on the PS4. And give you my thoughts on the PS4. It's probably not as bad as you think. I'm not a total fanboy. I appreciate what Sony does. I think Nintendo is the absolute worst. Nintendo is bad because they are putting the worries of piracy and copyright like to the point where it's hurting us as the gamers. Like, yeah, let's put these little ass cartridges because we don't want them. So Sony is not that bad to that aspect, but Nintendo, they're just like, fuck all that. We want our money. We don't want nobody stealing or copyrighting our stuff, and that's why I think they're slow with the online shit, because like once you have like online connectivity and all that, I think they're worried about people figuring out ways to like get over as far as share games or I don't know. But that's just my opinion. I'm pretty sure it's fact, but I don't think I can legally say that. But yeah, Nintendo. I'm gonna say I don't think they're anti-consumer. I think they're anti-gamer. Like they're clear. I don't know. They make good games, but it's just like it's the same shit. And also like the games never go on sale. I go in there. I'm like, you know what? Let me just buy something with Switch. Maybe I'll take a plane, or when I travel or somewhere. All the games are $59.99. Not paying $59.99 for the worst version of every game possible. Their game should be $39.99 by default. Just gonna put that out there. All right, that wraps up this video. I'm gonna take my ass to work. I will work on the PS4 video. That'll be next. My thoughts on the PS4. All right, I'm out.